Drea,
Wack100
Keita tried to
said,
go hard for you and got packed up.
Man, listen,
what? I didn't
I
get
said
packed
what
up.
I said.
We want every side to come together to attempt to take down the 100 side.
Man, they gotta
But we want
understand,
all the
right?
smoke.
We go off the content.
Three, two, one. Hey there, welcome back to the channel where we keep it real. No capping. I'm your host, bringing you nothing but straight fire and authenticity. Today, we're diving into 12 rooms that I got to promote. The 100 ENT showroom, hosted by Big Wack100. The Beehive room, Love and R&B room, hosted by the Queen of the 100 side, R&B. No room for the weak, No Mercy room, Spin the Block room, 100 ENT Jailbreak Squad room, 100 ENT South room, Petty Betty and Toxic Tanya room, Dangerous Minds room, hosted by Beast, Good Burger, hosted by Pitbull, Sleepless in LA, and many more. If you want to get closer or you want to be a part of the show, go to Clubhouse, follow one of these rooms, or you look for a room titled with Wack100. These particular videos all made possible by the one and only Wack100. Get ready to vibe with me as we explore the hardest topics that need some real recognition in the streets. Let's jump right into it and show some love to this channel by hitting the like and or subscribe button. So, without further ado, hold it down. One mic on Wack.
How y'all see it? Who fought it?
I feel like
Shouldn't the
the
husband have
husband
known?
knowing that she was incompetent, knowing she had mental issues, knowing she has prior whatever going on, I feel like she should have never been left with the kids. So then that would have to go to the other person responsible for the
down the
kids.
street. You down the street. You right. But you down the street. See, if them kids would have been twins, that's one thing. Nigga, you knew what the you was doing, putting them babies in that woman.
Right.
Clint, you know what you dealing with somebody who ain't mentally there. Why the you put some children in a woman like that? It ain't like, nigga, this is a 1 and 2 year old. So I'm looking at you. The family saying she been like this and she been a kid. So nigga, what kind of shit you on?
Right.
I'm looking at you, nigga.
Talking about he write a letter, he forgives her. Like what? That was on him. You right, what?
Nigga.
Wack, she was sentenced to life.
I don't know. I don't know how much time she got. I ain't even tripping the time.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did give her the 5 years, I knew they was gonna use the, the mental shit anyway. But I'm saying, like, nigga, you took it upon yourself to get with. Okay, you figured out. Ain't no way you ain't figured out, and impregnate her not once but twice. Somebody that you know is mentally ill. And then leave the kids alone.
And they knew too, like she was walking around like talking to herself, so he knew something was wrong with her.
That nigga was taking advantage. He said, okay, I can have this over here, that over there, this over there. She ain't gonna know the difference. That nigga was playing games.
Yeah, because it said that she often left the kids in the apartment alone. If you know that, nigga, why you leaving the kids with her?
Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of like start looking at him like, nigga, you to blame too. For real.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I know we're not tripping the time, but if she got life, then I guess did they deem her like not? I mean, did they deem her mentally like competent? I heard what the clip said, but
I don't know. Was it the same situation? Maybe it's Rosetta is the same one, or maybe she reading another.
Yeah,
I don't know.
because this happened in like 2017. but because of her mental state, I believe that's why it's taking them so long to charge her. But she was charged 14 charges she was convicted on, including murder, and she was sentenced to life in
14
prison
charges.
without
What?
parole.
14 charges. We got 2
Let's see if I can
murders.
find them.
What they give? Some child neglect. What the?
Yeah, I think so. Child neglect. But yeah, she was sentenced to life in prison without parole plus 35 years.
Yeah, see, the middle should have went to a mental.
And she had 3
Yeah.
kids.
Nah,
She had,
but I don't know if she had a third one. I know he had 2.
yeah,
That's what I'm
she
tripping
had,
off of, like
This
giving
the
her
same
life
lady.
plus 35 with no type of mental thing if she's deemed incompetent.
This the same lady.
yeah, I'm making sure, but
Where the
yeah, that's the
third kid
same
was
one.
at?
Yeah, because at the top it says she got 5 years. Like,
It says should she get more than 5 years was the question up top. But yeah, she had 3 kids. Let me get the article because she was just we talked about it a little while ago. She was just sentenced November of last year. She was on Snap. This was an episode of Snap. They said she was going to the church dirty, kids was dirty, like it was a lot that she was showing she wasn't mentally capable of keeping them kids. Let's see. Yeah, mental. She had a history of mental illness. Let's see. Lamora Williams, that's the same name, was sentenced to life. The conviction relates to a 2017 incident where Williams claimed to find her son dead with burn marks. Prosecutors argue she killed them by placing them in the oven. Williams made inconsistent claims about the whereabouts of a caregiver, with evidence showing she might have killed the children between Thursday night and Friday morning. The children's father received a video call from Williams showing the deceased boys, supporting the argument that Williams was responsible. The jury found Williams guilty of various crimes, despite her mother stating she had a history of mental illness and may have snapped after the breakup.
So they were going through it at that. So he knows what her triggers are. So you still leave them kids, you're breaking up, you're probably going through it. Yeah, that's crazy. Knowing that probably triggers, because they're saying after the breakup. So there was some type of breakup, something going on, and you just leave her. Yeah, that's his fault.
So it says prosecutors presented evidence that contradicted Williams' claim, and the jury found her guilty on 2 counts of murder, 4 counts of felony murder, 2 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of cruelty to children in the first degree, 2 counts of concealing the death of another, 1 count of cruelty to children in the second degree, and 1 count of giving a false statement.
Bro, was this the same lady? Because I remember us talking about it's so many of these crazy people. Is this the one where the lady, they said she kept calling the boyfriend and he wouldn't respond? She was calling him, and after the breakup, and he wouldn't respond. And the last thing, she sent him a video of the kids. Is this the same thing?
Let me see. I'm trying to read. I came in. Yeah, it don't say nothing about that.
Okay.
Work.
Because I was about to say, Wack said the same thing about that one, that he blamed the father for putting that, making all these babies with this woman that didn't have it all.
Yeah, the Jack Carter was 1 and Keontae was 2. And that's the same names as the one.
And she wasn't that damn crazy to start pointing the finger at her sister and everybody else. She knew she did
Right.
something wrong, and she knew she ain't want to admit to it.
That's what I was thinking, Ebony. Like, were they just saying that as a defense that she was off? Or do you think she really was? I mean, to do something like that, you gotta kind of can't have it all. But do you think that's why she got so much time? Because they couldn't prove that she was, diagnosed mentally ill, or what do y'all think?
Well, one clip, or I don't know if that was Rosetta or whatever, they were saying, I thought that she was deemed like, they did an evaluation and she was thrown off. She wasn't all the way there. But the sentence in this was kind of throwing me. But yeah, I don't know. I think that they somewhere, if that was the sentence, they didn't fully believe that she was, you know, all the way thrown off. I don't know. Something's wrong up in there. Because why wouldn't she be in a mental institution or something like that,
Because the guy that killed the boy that killed PNB Rock, that I remember them saying that he wasn't mentally capable to stand trial. But I don't know what sentencing he received, or if they put him in a mental institution or not. But I remember them saying that he wasn't mentally capable to stand trial.
But yeah, devious. I don't know, because that's a typical, usual defense in something like that. Oh, I was mentally unstable, or I had
Mhm.
some type of moment where,
Postpartum depression.
they were insane or pleading insanity or whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. So, but like I said, with that sentencing, it's something. Somebody didn't believe something. Seems like, because she got 35 years on top of life, is what Rosetta said.
Yeah, I just feel like he wasn't all the way. Even if,
Is that Wack breaking up or am I in?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, that
Wack.
gotta be Wack in the Matrix. He was in the Matrix. Wack.
I feel like even if he put kids in it, why would he? He knew that lady wasn't all the way there. Why would you leave them babies there alone with her?
That's a fact.
I'm like, was he all the way there?
That's what I was
Uh,
about to say. Like, low key, if he attracted that type of female and he was interested in her, and maybe he was a little off too. Like to put babies in it, like you like somebody that got it, like got their senses, the common sense. Y'all not gonna even touch nothing like that. So he possibly was off a little bit too. That's what I'm saying. Cause that's where, especially a known, like your known diagnosis is kind of being a little bipolar or whatever she got going on. She's having mental illness, and you
yeah,
still
Rue, this
see
wasn't something that developed as
Even
an adult. This is something
exactly,
that,
It's something
exactly.
that
found
been
it.
there.
That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right.
Like she has a known diagnosis of being mentally ill. Then
And
yeah,
did it say her age? I mean, I know she's of age and all that. I just wanted to know if it said her age
that's the
in
link
the
up top,
address.
Whack.
Yeah, they didn't change it.
Yeah, that's the
Oh
link.
yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it.
Because as a
Because a lot of
mother, a
times,
one
if
and
you
two
that
year
throwed
old,
off, you'll have a caretaker or you'll have somebody, So I'm just wondering to what extent, because the family could say any damn thing. Did they present the evidence? Did they have the track record, the paper trail? The family gonna say probably, some shit to get her off. So I don't know. I'm just
She don't get no pass for that. Mentally ill or not, bitch. You was. I don't know. Maybe I sound crazy myself, but I feel like anybody that can put their little half on the rent, take their little medicine, answer a phone, watch some TV, sit down,
not admit
communicate
to
with, got a
wrongdoing, knowing you did
relationship.
wrong,
Yeah,
Rue.
you got two kids. Like you know how to take care of them kids to some degree. I'm sure he wasn't just doing everything. So no, don't get no pass for that. Hell no. Maybe not taking your meds can affect you mentally. Somebody that is really mentally ill, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's where they get that little benefit of the doubt because give out those meds know how they can change person that is normal. We like it's happened so many times in my neighborhood. Us hearing about somebody that was perfectly fine and then they start getting their medicine because they want to act crazy for some SSI and they really gave them some medicine for SSI and now you really over here crazy and you wasn't even like that. You was just playing for some money, like weirdos like that. Not saying that this is this lady. I was just giving that
Right.
as example to say that yeah, she was coherent enough to take care of everyday life. If you do skip a med, it can over, it can mess with your mental, and I could possibly understand if somebody was trying to argue that this is why she did what she did. But no, you don't get no pass for that because you literally put them kids in the oven to kill them. Like no, you could have literally walked out in the traffic if you didn't want to be here. If you don't want to take care of no kids, you could have did that. Same thing a police officer would say is, why'd you fight back? You could have walked away. Yeah, you could have walked away.
Now I kind of had asked her
It's
age
crazy.
just to see if anybody agreed or if anybody thought that the family should have, if they have information that she's had these mental issues and that she's going through a breakup and she's been kind of acting spiraling out of control or triggered or whatever's going on. I don't think it's not their responsibility, I guess, but I was just seeing if anybody think the family should have kind of been a little
Yeah, I
bit
think that's
more
important
involved.
too if they're aware of her mental health. If the like even if I feel like okay, the dude is a little bit off. Maybe that's why he attracted to her cuz he a little bit off. That he don't get no pass either. You a daddy just like she a mama to them kids. And if you write in text messages what they said in the audio, write in text messages, email, whatever the hell he wrote to this lady talking about some I know you got an issue, yada yada yada, whatever was said, and you're aware of her problem, then yeah, you need to be extra on that. Especially if she's having some psychotic breaks at the time.
She was 24 at the time it happened.
Mm. She's a bit young, so y'all know if you are that mentally unstable,
Hey, yo,
whatever.
hold on, wait, hold on. I'm tired of y'all doing that shit. Yo, a bit young? Maybe I grew up too fast. When the are you at 24 is a bit young?
Nope.
Yo, what we talking?
No,
Yo,
hey, I feel you, Wack. I'm with you on that.
nigga, you
No pass.
you 30% done with it, right? That's a third. A bit young at 24. Listen, man, so if y'all handling y'all kids like that, well, okay, so y'all treat them at 15 like they 5. For you to say 24 is a bit young, and we talking about putting a child in a goddamn oven is crazy.
Always want to whip Wack on that outside of the obvious. Because when we was growing up, y'all, 24 was old. Now everybody want to keep pushing that shit because we be pushing how young we are
At
as a
24, I was
as
paying rent,
grown people. Yeah, now
rent,
they
a
I'm
car
so
note.
young. I'm so young. No, you not.
I was paying rent,
Exactly.
a car note, my phone bill, all
I was
types of
getting
bills when I was 20.
man. I had my first apartment 23. I was in college. Like my first car was at 16. Like there was no I'm young. Like I couldn't stay at home. Like I had to get out. Like I was getting old. That's what they told me. I'm old now at 24. You don't get no pass because you're 24. So that's the only reason why I agree with Wack. But yeah, carry on.
Nigga, we talking 24. Okay, what are you not a bit young? I want to hear this age. I'm just.
Wait, are you talking? What happened? I got a phone call. I don't know what happened.
At what age
24.
are you not considered a bit young?
Young.
What?
Oh no, my 24. No, I
38,
was talking about as far as
32?
the parents, her parents being involved. If she was mentally, if she had mental like issues, you know how they be staying with their parents a little young, longer and shit like that. So I wanted to know. I had already said not that 24 has anything to do with it, but I wanted to know how far she was like out of her parents' house. That's it. If they knew she had mental issues and she
No, I want to know when do y'all stop saying a person's a bit young?
oh nah, hell no.
When does that happen?
I
Nah, if
six
you a grown adult and you got kids and shit like that, you
No,
never.
Melody, your
16,
ass the one saying a
16
bit
and
young.
down.
You
16 and
said that
down.
crazy shit.
Cause
I know mentally, listen, we don't know where she was at
Yeah,
mentally. I would be real. Can't put it on the parents because it looked to me like she damn near married to a nigga. She got 2 kids.
right.
So you can't put that on the parents.
But I was
Can't.
saying the parents or the family at least was giving up the information as far as her having these mental issues her whole life and her going through a breakup. So she has some issues because they just broke up or some shit that I heard.
So her and the dude broke up.
Yeah. The family or, gave that information that her and the dude recently broke up and she's been having, I guess, issues or something.
I think the nigga flipped out putting 2 babies in somebody that got that shit going on anyway. I mean, people got their trips, but it sounded to me like she was tripping. Like she's out there. For real. To me, like she was a little, on that side of it.
she looks
She
slow.
was,
To
I
me,
don't
it
know,
just
you can
sounds
see
like
it
the
in her, you can
family
see it
might
in
be
her.
just throwing out, mental shit. It seemed like something wasn't proved. I don't know. For them to give her that time, that's why I'm just
She
like,
ain't
I don't
got
know if
no
it was just
emotion.
said, huh?
She ain't had no emotion. Her eyes are
And she was
darting
able
left
to
and
say,
right.
I did not commit this crime. It was my sister. It was this. She lied. They charged her with lying, false statements. So
She
she was
looks
able to know that
confused.
she did something wrong and she ain't want to admit to it.
I swear, like we all go through something where we had that moment, that split decision where we like can act crazy and be about that crazy shit, but something pull you back to a mental reality. Like I'd rather live for this or live for that. I swear, cause I don't be getting it. Like she could do all that, but then you get to a point of stress in your life, cause that's when people have these psychotic breaks when they be really stressed out, and then you do something like that, and then you get 5 years. Cause of course, cause you mentally ill. Really? That you should get worse punishment.
Not
You
rude.
should get
Now,
a
now I'm
far worse
confused about that.
punishment.
I don't know if she got the 5 years. The clip we heard said 5 years, but then Rosetta read an article that said like I think life plus 35 years.
Rosetta read
Oh,
something different
Yeah,
to me.
okay,
the clip up top
okay.
said, should she get more than 5 years?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Like, especially if you are a functional person in the society with your mental illness and all, and a reason why I'm talking crazy like this is because I'm not dealing with it, so it's it's easier said than done. I gotta give it grace, mental illness grace. I was in that field. I worked in that field, but honestly, these people they go through therapy, you know what I'm saying? They do have their mental breaks. They do go through stress. They do have like times where they don't want to take their medication. But they get educated from the time that they learn their diagnosis to the time that they had a moment where they call themselves snapping. They know they have so many resources out there to reach out to. So that's why I don't be giving ain't no pass unless you are literally like autistic. Like I'm talking about like that type of mental. No, no, you don't get no pass unless you're that type of mental. No, that's all I can say about it. I ain't gonna go too hard, but
Yeah, they charged her with 14 counts, so they weren't trying to hear none of that shit.
yeah,
I don't
like
know
you
how
got
many she was convicted
therapists.
for, but
You have to check in with a caregiver or case manager. You have medication. You out here having sex. You creating
yeah,
babies.
yeah.
You playing rent. Like you get where I'm going with this? No, you don't get no pass. Your punishment should be even worse.
Yeah, love, this shit finna go crazy. This shit finna go crazy.